everybody, and welcome back to Timberjack's Woodshop. I am Steve. I hope everybody's having a pleasant summer. I know the weather's up in New York has been a little bit challenging, but all in all, we've been busy here in the shop. And in today's video, I wanted to show you one of the wooden machines that I've made. Basically, I was challenged by a couple buddies of mine out in the Midwest to make a wooden can crusher. Now I know there's a lot of them out there, but this particular challenge was issued to me just before we went on a fishing trip up in Canada, where his machine, his can crusher, was malfunctioning. It kept jamming up on him. So in the process there, they said, well, why don't you make something better? So I'm making this for you and for John and Scott out in the Midwest to show them that I did answer the challenge, and this is something that I think is pretty neat. It's earth friendly, it's green, you know, whether you recycle cans for the 5-cent or 10-cent deposit or whether you recycle them just at the landfill. This little device comes in real handy, and it was fun to make. I made it out of a bunch of scrap wood that I have in my shop. And basically, from what you can see, and I'll get you a little closer, is that it actuates on 3 different pivot points. You have the plunger here with the guide that comes down, and the arm that actually applies the pressure and then crushes the can. You can see these like crazy on the net. I'm just adding one more design to it. This is my design. This is how it functions. You put the can in, and then you close it down. I'll get you a little closer so you can see some of the detail in here, and then I'll demonstrate how it crushes a can. Okay, I'm going to walk in a little bit so you can see some of the detail. I'm going to try to keep the camera as steady as I can. This is approximately 23, 24 inches tall. We have our first pivot point here, our first joint, our second joint right here for the arm, and then down here, which I really like, and I take a little pride in this, is the plunger assembly that you can see. And basically it's all wood. There is a rod that runs through each one of those that maintains the stability, because we are crushing cans, but I think that's a pretty neat structure right there. All right, we have the arm that comes out, gives you pretty decent leverage to crush a can. I didn't want to make it stick out too far, because then it's just cumbersome to walk around and deal with. It is made out of scrap wood, and the wood I have in my shop is clear pine, and that's what I used. It doesn't even take a full 8-foot board. The overall dimensions is it's 5.5 inches wide by about 2 feet tall, and just over 5.5 inches from here to here. Now the arm extending out obviously goes further. But that is the detail that we have. And what this does is this actually will mount on a stud in a wall, because you're going to need that type of stability in order to crush the can. But you would mount a screw hole here and a screw here to a stud, and that would securely mount it, and you'd be able to use it. One of the other features that answers the challenge of my buddies out west is that inside here you can see that I have rails. I have 3 rails that the plunger works off of. It actually uses as a guide. You can see down here the actual guide, and what that allows for is the plunger comes up in those guides and comes down, and it doesn't wobble back and forth. Now, a failing design that you'll see is that if there is a center post here, that this arm actually goes down to a center post, and you'll see that in a lot of can crushers. What happens is this platform right here will wobble back and forth, and it will wobble in between here and get jammed up. If you're experiencing that, that's because you have that type of design. I've modified the design to put the plunger arms, the pushers, on each side, on the outside of the platform, the crushing platform, and I'm just making these names up as I go along, so it actually makes a nice, smooth ride down the rails, and there's nothing that's going to wobble back and forth. There's a stopper here. You can see that stopper right there. That stops the plunger from coming out. And this is suitable for regular cans, soda cans, pop cans, beer cans, and even some of the larger cans. It'll fit. I didn't want to make it too extreme, but it's a standard prototype, standard size, and it's just a prototype. So if there's something custom, we can certainly adjust to that. So, all right, enough of the demonstration. Let me the talking. Let me just give you a quick demonstration. I'm going to try to do it without mounting it to a wall, because I don't have access to a wall in my shop that's suitable. Everything is covered, but I'll try to show it to you. It should work, and go from there. Now, I am not promoting any particular brand of pop or soda or beer. I happen to have this in a cabinet. It's Bud Light, and I gotta tell you, I'm all American, and I'm as American as they come. But the hardest thing about making this entire can crusher was drinking Bud Light out of a can. I don't know if I'm a beer snob or what, but that was hard. So, anyway, here we go. We're going to lift it up, put the can in. I'm going to hold on to this, so hopefully it won't be an issue. And then we'll come down. And there you go. Now, obviously, me holding the weight down, if it's on a wall, it's just a one-arm action. You don't have to hold on to it. But there's your can crusher. All right, John, Scott, build a better one. Take care.